Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at chcares@chasc.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Fight the spread and take a stand against coronavirus. Wear a mask in public. Stay at least 6 feet apart from others. And get tested. Join us and fight the spread. Visit scdheck.gov/COVID-19.
Hey there, it's a terrific Tuesday, and I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by SCDHEC, In It Together, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Palmetto Media Connection, and Agape Counseling and Training Center. Listen, if you're having some challenges coping with COVID, please contact the folks at Agape Counseling and Training Center. Well, being from South Carolina isn't bad at all. We're talking to two South Carolina natives who have made incredible strides in their prospective careers. One, a legend, and the other one, he's a bit younger. Athlete and philanthropist Alex English and guitarist Sheldon Ferguson are going to join us. Hey there, Sheldon.
Hey, Trey. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm looking forward to talking to you.
Oh, thanks for having me. Anytime.
Absolutely. They are coming up next on Coping with COVID. But first, your COVID community updates. Well, the president is out of the hospital. Donald Trump left Walter Reed yesterday. His doctor saying he will stay in an area near the medical unit of the White House for further treatment and observation. While in the hospital, he said he understood COVID better than yesterday. He encouraged people not to be afraid of the virus. For the second straight day, lines are wrapped around 2020 Hampton Street. Today's the second day of early absentee voting, and it's seeing increased interest and participation as some people say they waited in line over 3 hours yesterday. There was also a line out the door at the Lexington County Election Office. Now, there are several satellite offices open throughout the state and Richland County. Those locations that you see up on the screen right now are open tomorrow. And the Columbia, South Carolina Veterans Day Parade has been canceled. Park and Rec announced to protect citizens and minimize the spread of COVID, they will instead hold a special observance on Veterans Day to pay tribute to those who served in the armed forces. SCDHEC has the most up-to-date list of time, dates, and locations for COVID testing in and around South Carolina. That information will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen throughout the show. Also, you can find information on organizing a COVID screening at your event or in your neighborhood, plus the DHEC Care Line. Now, that will give you information on testing and if you need a ride to get a COVID test. Also, in Richland and Clarendon counties, if you are immobile and unable to get to a COVID test and need or want one, those paramedics will come in your home and administer a COVID test. You need to call 911. More information is also scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Now, you could win some great prizes from the City of Columbia just for wearing your mask. Visit columbiasc.com, mask up, columbiasc.com. Post a picture of yourself in your mask. Get your family and friends to like it, and you could be a winner. It's Mask Up columbiasc.com. Now, if you are experiencing some difficulties paying your rent or mortgage, SC Legal Services and the South Carolina Bar Association have collaborated to give you a website and toll-free number. There you can find resources and information to help you pay your rent and your mortgage. That information is also listed right there on the screen. The City of Columbia is also offering a 6-month payment plan for anyone who's behind on their water bill. They also have payment assistance available up to 75%. And October 31st is the final day to register for several certifications and classes being offered by the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce. Now, you can choose from business, technology, health, data science, arts, and humanities. Courses are offered in English and Spanish. And again, you can check the screen for more information. The Richland County Democratic Party is hiring canvassers to leave info at voters' homes. The pay is $15 per hour, which includes training. Now, you must be at least 18 years old, be computer literate, and own a smartphone. Is email executive director at richlandscdems.com. And Prisma Health is also offering free flu shots. They have several locations in and around South Carolina. Please check the screen for more information. And throughout the show, those locations will be scrolling across the bottom. Again, and you can also visit prismahealth.org. Finally, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And if you or someone you know needs help, please contact the Domestic Violence Hotline. That information is also on the screen. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Again, it's brought to you in part by SCDHEC, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections. Hey, Coping with COVID is streaming live on the Tailor Made Productions page. Would you go over there and like and share it, please, ma'am, please, sir? That way you can check out Coping with COVID Monday through Saturday at 2 p.m. And you can also get all of your COVID-related updates. Now, we're also streaming live on YouTube. All of you YouTubers, please hit the subscribe button, and we would love to see you on YouTube. Well, one of the most well-respected, well-rounded, and dominant players in the history of basketball, Alex English, is a Columbia, South Carolina native. Now, his mom named him after Alexander the Great because prophetically, she believed he would be a great man, and personally and professionally, he is. He holds the career scoring record of 1,972 points at USC and is also the all-time leading scorer at both his first and final team, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets. He was also the all-time leading scorer in the NBA in the 80s, and after his illustrious 15-year career, he ended up being a Hall of Famer, held numerous executive positions in the league, and coached 4 NBA teams. The accomplished author, poet, actor has also done sports commentating for Fox Sports Network, NBA.com, CNN SI, the SEC, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to have on the show, Coping with COVID. Please welcome Alex English. Hey there, Alex.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you.
I had some technical difficulties trying to get here, but I'm here now. So
I am so glad you're here.
glad to be here.
Yeah. Now, are you on your phone?
I am.
Okay. Can you, did the producer ask you to flip it the other way?
No, but I can.
Yeah, so we can see all of you. There you go.
How's that?
That is great. Can you see? You fill up the whole screen now.
Yeah.
Alex, who is that that sang, and I know your music, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Who is that?
I can see clearly now the rain.
Clearly now the rain is gone. Who is that?
Thomas.
No, I can see clearly now. Oh shoot, we'll figure it out by the end of the show.
Okay.
So Alex, congratulations on your new project. It's Alex English and Family Promise of the Midlands Celebrity Golf Tournament.
Let me correct you before you go any further.
Okay.
It's Alex English and Family Promise of the Midlands.
Okay. I said
Celebrity.
Alex English and Family Promise of the Midlands.
Okay. Okay.
It's not just Alex English. Is that what you're making the point of? It's not just you?
That's
Is that
right.
the point
It's
you're
Family
making?
Promise.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it's Family Promise. It's not Alex English and Family.
Family Promise.
Oh, so it's
Family
not
Promise.
Alex. Oh, so you're not expecting all your family to be out there.
No, it
That
will be my family, but not my immediate family.
right.
Just
That
my
makes a difference. That
yes.
makes a difference. All right. So tell me about and here's the flyer for it. Tell me about the Alex English Family Promise of the Midlands Celebrity Golf Tournament. Tell us about it.
Well, Family Promise is a nonprofit organization that I am a member of the board, and it's it's I'm trying to get rid of this phone. I know you hear it, but it's
I do.
it's a nonprofit that takes care of homeless families
Oh,
in the
wow.
Columbia area, the Midlands area, and we find not homes, but housing for them. And it's during this crisis when we've got COVID going on. That's a difficult thing to do. If you're homeless and you're trying to social distance as well,
Oh, yeah.
you don't have a home to do that in. It's been difficult.
Yeah.
But Family Promise is an organization that I'm very, very proud to be a part of.
That is amazing. So Maxine Moses says Johnny Nash. That doesn't sound right to me.
Johnny Nash.
Yeah, the sings I Can See Clearly. I flipped on you. I Can See Clearly. That doesn't sound
No,
right.
no. It's
That doesn't sound right. Anyway, Johnny Nash.
I'll get it.
Yeah, we'll have to think about it. Anyway, so you're right. One of the most vulnerable populations during this pandemic definitely is the homeless, because as you say, you don't have anywhere to sleep for the most part. Just existing is challenging. And then how are you supposed to social distance? You don't have access to PPE, and I know that many of our cities and organizations are helping. So Family Promise is one of those organizations that's helping to assist the homeless population during this pandemic.
Yes, and we do it with partners. We get a lot of the local churches to donate space, for families, whether it be a week or 2 weeks. When they're not in service, they've got space. So we partner with them and we try and house our families. And you're moving them around a lot, but a place to sleep and a place to shelter is better than no place at all. So we've got partners in the Midlands, some of the churches here, and we want to encourage other churches and other people to get involved. You can go to familypromise.org and donate some money. The other thing that we do is, not only do we help them find a place to live for, a time, we also take in furniture and other things that will help them once they get on their feet. And most of the families that we have, they're families that are down on their luck. They might have gotten pushed out because they weren't able to pay their rent. They were behind on their mortgage. It's not, it's a whole family. It's not one person.
Right.
So,
right.
You've got to be able to help them out. And so once they're able to get back on their feet, we have furniture and stuff and things that we can go and donate and help them, build that family lifestyle again. So it's it's an organization that I'm very proud of.
Yeah. You know what, Alex, you make another great point that homelessness is such a complex and complicated plight because, as you said, some folks are just 1 or 2 paychecks away from
That's
being
right.
homeless.
That's right.
People can be working, gainfully employed. And then now, like you said, during this pandemic, people lost their jobs, boom, boom, boom. And as you said, it affects entire families. And
yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And like you said, people lose their jobs. It's not because they're like alcoholics or drug addicts or any of that. These are legitimate families, kids that are going to school, a mother, a single parent household, or it may be both parents, but one of them is down on their luck and, they're not able to pay the rent. So Family Promise, the Midlands, we come in and we try and help them find shelter. We try and help them get on their feet. And, we've got a lot of people in the area. And you were talking about our event. we have the celebrity golf tournament coming up in October at Cobblestone.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we sold out. We sold all of our.
Really? Are
Yes,
you
we
serious?
have. But you can still donate money. You can still donate money to Family Promise. We're gonna have different celebrities. One of my friends, Artist Gilmore, Hall of Famer, is coming up. Fat Lever is coming from my old Denver Nuggets teammate. T.R. Dunn, another teammate. Sterling Sharp, one of the great.
Oh,
People
wow.
don't know Sterling Sharp is a great golfer, and we're going to have him and Harold Green at the tournament as well. So we're looking forward to it. We've got a lot of different people that are going to be involved, but you can still donate money.
That is so great. So does Alex English play golf?
Alex English tried to play golf. I'm not a great golfer, but I love getting out there. I love trying to hit that ball, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And Coach Dawn Staley is going to come out and bless us
that'll
with
be
her
cool.
presence. Tyrone Corbin's going to be there. So we've got a lot of celebrities. We've got we're looking forward to a great day. And we're going to be socially conscious, COVID conscious, socially distancing, and everything is going. This golf tournament is going to be played with a lot of COVID conscious golfers as well as the event planners. So we're being safe. We're just looking to have a good time and raise some money for Family Promise. And remember, FamilyPromise.org.
FamilyPromise.org. We've got the information. Family Promise. It's not Family Promise Midlands.
Family Promise of the Midlands.org. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. And we've got that information right there at the bottom of the screen. So as Alex says, even though they're sold out, you can still donate. Now, can people come as spectators, Alex?
I don't know if they can. We haven't thought about that. I guess they could if they come and they're very COVID conscious
and make a donation and make a
wearing
donation.
Their mask, and yes, they can do that. Wear your mask out, even though it's out. Everything's outdoors. We want to still encourage people to be very COVID conscious.
Yeah, we're talking to NBA legend Alex English about his first annual celebrity golf tournament, and it is proceeds will benefit Family Promise of the Midlands, which is an organization that he sits on the board of that really helps homeless families get back on their feet. And the golf tournament, as he says, is already sold out, but we just made a decision, that you can come if you want to check it out and make a donation and socially distance. You can come check it out on October 26th, the first annual celebrity golf tournament. That's
and you
great.
Have to have you coming. If you're coming, you got to have your mask. Even though it's an outdoor event, we want you to be spaced. We want to have people in their masks. We want to be very conscious. But if you can't, just write us a check.
That's the most important thing. So, Alex, you mentioned that you're on this board of Family Promise. I know that you're also on the township board. What is happening as far as live music coming back to Columbia amidst COVID? What are you guys deciding over at the township?
Well, we're we want to be socially conscious and COVID conscious, but we've also got to be economically responsible as well, because the township is a very small venue, and in order for us to make money and stay solvent, we have to be able to put people in the seats, and you can't really do that in an auditorium that's as tight and small and make money. You can't socially distance and bring the amount of people in that's going to help you survive. But once things are back in order and we've got something going, we're going to start looking at trying to do some events. I know people I miss music, and
yes,
everybody just miss live performances. I had tickets to go see Gregory Porter in June at the Kroger Center.
At the Kroger Center. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And couldn't go because of COVID. So the township. I am so honored to be a part of the township. Andre Holloman has done an awesome job of
He has.
just making it spectacular. It's like the centerpiece in Columbia entertainment. So we need to be open. We need to show it all, and we're going to get there.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that, as you said, you're a big music lover. That's why I asked you at the beginning of the show. People may not know why I asked Alex about that. I can see clearly now because I know he's a big music lover. Now, someone else posted, Alex, that they thought it was Johnny Nash and Jimmy Cliff also did it.
Jimmy Cliff did it.
Yeah.
And Johnny Nash.
Johnny Nash just doesn't sound right to me, but I'm sure people are Googling it. Seems like it's Johnny somebody else. I don't know. Now, speaking of, again, so you're on the Family Promise Board, on the Township Board. Now, were you ever, I know that there was an article that I read about your being an interim board of trustee on USC. Was that ever confirmed?
I am an interim board of trustee member, and I am planning to run for the seat.
Oh, that's good.
I've got 2 years before I have to be, have to really run for it. But I'm putting the word out, and thank you for reminding me. I am going to challenge for that seat, and it's important because that the board needs diversity.
Yes.
We've got one African American, and it's a female, Leah Moody.
Yeah,
she's done an excellent job. But
she has.
You've got a university that's got probably 30% African American or 30% people of color, and it's it's not the representation that should be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you see here,
yeah,
I was just down in your neighborhood.
Oh, you were. How long did you have to stay in line? I was going to ask you about
I only had to stay in line for about 25 minutes, but once I got there, the line just started getting longer and longer. But I could tell in the people's faces that they were not going to be deterred. They were going to be there, and they were not moving. They had their seats with them. They had their bottles of water. And I am just so proud to see, and there were young people there too. I'm so proud to see everybody get out there and vote, even during this pandemic when we know how deadly it is.
Yeah.
People saying that we need to change. We got to be heard, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see that people are even early voting because, as you said, I know yesterday, which was the first day, there was a line, and then today there was a line. Yeah. So Alex, as an athlete and former athlete, how do you feel about athletes, talking about current events and standing up for the rights of different people, disenfranchised people? I mean, we've seen a lot of that this year in particular. What's your opinion about that? Is that your place as an athlete?
I think it is. I personally feel like, I've been given this platform and I am going to speak and be heard, especially if it's something that needs to be said. And I'm so proud of my former company, the NBA, and the NBA Players Association, and how they conducted themselves and put together this wonderful movement in the bubble to make young people aware of how important it is for us to be involved and intact and vote. And, like I said earlier, I saw a lot of young people out there. I hope we continue to see the young people out there.
Yeah.
And every parent that watches your show should be making sure that they get their young people out there to vote as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And people can, of course, go to scvotes.org for more information about voting. And you got
I'm so proud of myself. I got through it. I voted, and it was almost, I was thinking maybe somebody should have a food truck out here because it was so festive.
Was it really festive? Well, I've heard a lot that people were going to kind of make it festive and there would be food trucks. I mean, Chick-fil-A, Cookout, all of those restaurants are right down the street. And I heard yesterday there was pizza being delivered to the line.
Yeah, well, that's all wonderful. Water, pizza, people should just make it a festive occasion, continue to social distance. Everybody had their mask on. People had their sanitizer in their hand. They were socially distancing. So, people were being as safe as possible, but you could see in their faces, they were not going to be deterred. They
Wow.
wanted their vote to be heard.
That's good. Oh, that is so encouraging to hear, Alex. That is so encouraging to hear. So, Alex English, NBA great Alex English, thank you again so much for joining us. Hey, don't forget once again that the family promise of the Midlands. Right.
The Alex English Family Promise of the Midlands Celebrity Golf Tournament at Cobblestone Golf Club. But you can go to familypromise.org, familypromiseofthemidlands.org, and make a donation. We appreciate it.
Right. Go to familypromiseofthemidlands.org to make a donation for the celebrity golf tournament. It's going to be amazing. And as Alex said, it's already sold out, but you can still make a donation. And if you would like to come out and check it out, you need to make a donation, and you definitely need to mask up and make sure you socially distance, because it's going to be amazing.
And is this show recorded?
It is live, but it is recorded. You want a copy of it?
I would love to get a copy for Family Promise to put on their website.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll send it to you. Alex. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would love to. Oh no. Thank you, sweetie. And I would love to. The show doesn't start till 2. What time does the golf tournament start? Early in the morning.
It's 11 a.m.
Okay.
11 a.m.
We could broadcast live and do some interviews.
Yeah, well, you probably could. You can talk with our coordinator.
Okay.
And I know Alex Jr. is going to be doing a lot of video recording.
Oh
there.
yeah, that'll be good.
So maybe you guys can team up.
That would be great. I'll get in touch with Buddha and find out.
In fact, you know what? You could probably do a live show from there.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'd love to broadcast live. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I would love to broadcast live. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'll socially distance and wear a mask. Do you have a Family Promise of the Midlands for celebrity golf tournament mask?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
That's good.
And this is going to be an annual event. So, if you didn't make it on the golf, didn't get the team in this year, next year we will be doing the same thing, and it's going to be bigger and better.
That's great.
And hopefully no COVID.
I know. And it'll be at the same time every year, the same time this first week in October, or third week in October?
Probably.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Alex English, thank you so much for joining us. One more thing. Maxine says she didn't have to Google it. She already knew it was Johnny Nash. Thank you, Maxine.
Johnny Nash. Okay. All right.
I don't think
Thanks,
so,
Maxine.
Alex English, thank you so much for joining us on Coping with COVID. Hey, listen, tune in. You're going to love this next guest. Alex loves music. And coming up, we're going to talk to Columbia, South Carolina native, Grammy-nominated guitarist Sheldon Ferguson. That coming up next on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor.
Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at chcares@chasc.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
That's music from Grammy-nominated Sheldon Ferguson. The international recording artist is a multi-platinum selling producer whose music has sold in over 70 countries. He's made it to the top 10 of the Smooth Jazz Global Listener Chart and has also produced music for Travis Scott, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne, and he's played guitar on the soundtrack for Oprah Winfrey's Greenleaf Show. And he's also appeared on the show during seasons 2 and 3. Sheldon Ferguson. Hello, Sheldon.
How are you doing, Trey? It's good to see you. It's been a while.
It is so good to see you too. Congratulations. You're doing it, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Working hard over here.
Yeah. So for those people who don't know, you are from right here in Columbia, South Carolina. I've always
right.
known you to play. Did you always play? Because listen, your families are full of brainiacs.
That is true. That is very true. You're right.
So where'd you get the music gene from?
It's funny. I have, both my siblings, they got into music. They're both younger than me.
Right.
But they got into music after I did. I have cousins and uncles that play music. But, in my immediate family, when I started, it was kind of just me. So I think, honestly, I think the influence really started just from being, in the car with my family and listening to music. My dad used to quiz me on Michael Jackson songs. So I had to listen really closely to remember the songs and know, what was going on and kind of tuning my ears into that. Yeah. But really, it was attending church, still a member of Brooklyn Baptist, right. And hearing the musicians there, particularly my mentor, Terrence Young, hearing them made me want to get into music. So.
Yeah, and we've got, it's such an amazing group of musicians at church for sure. So, that's definitely influence. Now, before we finish the conversation, can I ask you to do the same thing as Alex? Can you flip your phone? I thought your phone was flipped. Yeah, I thought your phone was flipped. There you go. So we can see all of you.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome. Now, when you started doing music and then, of course, subsequently went to Berklee, what did you want to do with your music? Did you have a goal? I want to do boom, boom, boom.
I did actually. At that time, I was interested in, of course, being an artist, because I had just put out my first album, The Brighter Side, right before I went to Berklee. So there was an artist side. And then on the other side, I wanted to tour with other artists as a sideman, particularly in R&B and pop. And as I progressed throughout Berklee, and really more so when I left, my interest sort of expanded from there. And that's what kind of led me into music production, and even deeper into artistry and things of that nature. So when I first went, I was really just trying to put out my music and play behind other major artists and travel and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and so and that's what you're doing. You're actually, are you living your dream right now?
I really am. Honestly, I think at this point, I've put myself in the position that I want to be in, the sort of lane that I want to be in. I have my music that I'm releasing. I have 3 albums out now. I'm performing, as an artist. I'm working on the records and everything. I'm producing. And really now my focus is just expanding and just doing more of what I'm already doing. And I'm really just blessed to, be able to say that,
Absolutely, because, the music industry is not an easy industry, not only to get into, but then to sustain a successful career, a viable career,
Definitely.
And you don't have to work at McDonald's at night,
That's true. That's true.
A lot of musicians do, You know that. I'm not telling you something you don't know.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. But I'm definitely fortunate.
Yeah. So you moved to Atlanta. Now, was that a calculated move also?
It was. It definitely was. I think towards my 3rd or 4th year at Berklee, I started taking an interest in Atlanta. One, because I had a couple of friends that lived out there. I don't know if do you know Darnell Stockstill?
I don't
Bass
know.
player. He lived in Columbia when we were in high school at the same time.
Okay.
Great bass player, but he was living there, and I think in general, just knowing the type of music that comes out of Atlanta at the time, I really just wanted to do R&B.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of my main thing, and of course with jazz and everything, Atlanta definitely attracted me for those reasons. I felt like it would be a good place for me to find my niche.
Right.
So I made a couple trips. The school had a trip that they sponsored.
Oh, wow.
So that was a great trip. And, we got to kind of see, all the big things that happen in Atlanta or whatever. But then I made my own trip and kind of just went on the ground level and went to all the jam spots and met the musicians and kind of got an idea of what it would be like to go out there and just kind of hit the ground running. And after that, I was pretty sure, like this was the place for me. So.
Yeah. So tell me once you finished Berklee and moved to Atlanta, what were the steps you took to end up connecting with the Greenleaf team, for you to not only play on the soundtrack, but then to be in two of the episodes, a couple of the episodes?
Right. Well, for Greenleaf, when I first got to Atlanta, I really just kind of hit the ground running. I was going to, jam sessions every night and meeting musicians, meeting people, and just kind of putting myself out there, as a guitarist. And I actually got a call one day from a friend of mine, keyboard player, Rashad, and he told me that he was already involved with Greenleaf. He was working on the show, and he kind of just pulled me in, and that was just from me, working with him playing around town.
Yeah, just being out there.
Yeah. He just, kind of gave me the alley-oop, and I went and started working with Greenleaf. I was playing on the records, and then naturally, it's a musical show. It's church and everything, so there are a lot of scenes where they needed musicians, and they thought naturally, well, we could just get the same guys that are working on the music to be in the show. So it kind of ended up being almost like a cameo for us. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And did a couple episodes, and it was a lot of fun. I had a good time doing it.
I was going to ask you, how was that process did you get a chance to write some of the music, or was the music already presented to you and then you played it?
The music was already presented to me. For that, I wasn't doing any producing or writing at the time. I was just playing guitar at that point.
Okay.
So for the most part, I would come in and the song was essentially already finished, and I would add guitar on top at the end. Especially for season 3, we had a lot of cover tunes, a lot of just popular gospel songs that we redid. Had the song Patti LaBelle.
Yes.
So that was just a lot of just kind of, putting our own sort of feel to it. But I was mostly just playing guitar on the show. I wasn't really digging in and writing and producing at that point.
Yeah. Did this experience open up other doors for you?
Yeah, it definitely did. I think it got my feet wet in the film world. Yeah. And it gave me sort of an interest in doing more work out there from the the compositional side, as well as even kind of on the acting side. I'm no actor, but it's cool to kind of dabble in that too. I actually am in the Aretha Franklin Respect film.
Oh.
We filmed that right before COVID hit. So that's supposed to be coming out in January, but I know they pushed the date back a couple of times.
Now, are you playing a guitar player?
I am. Yeah, I'm actually playing, sort of playing the role. I don't have any lines or anything, but I'm supposed to be playing the role of Cornell Dupree, Aretha Franklin's guitar player.
Yeah.
Legendary session player. He played on, remember that song, Rainy Nights in Georgia?
Yes.
He played on that song. Respect, Aretha Franklin. So it was definitely an honor to be able to portray him in some capacity.
And you can portray a guitar player. I mean, you can do that very well.
Right. Thank you.
We're talking to a Grammy-nominated Columbia, South Carolina native guitarist Sheldon Ferguson about his journey from Columbia to working with everybody from Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, Lil Baby. Tell us about that. How did you, because you were producing for them, tell us how that started, how that came about.
That was an interesting switch for me. So at the time, I had just put out my second album, Soul Searching, and I was playing a lot around town. I was already involved with Greenleaf, and I got another call from a good friend of mine, Terrell Sass. He sort of recommended me for a session with an artist on Think It's a Game Records, and that was my first label session, and that was a big deal for me because the interesting thing about Atlanta is there's like a musician side of Atlanta and there's like a producer's side of Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
And they're almost completely separate. They only overlap a little bit. So me getting that call really opened up a lot of doors for me, because once I got involved in that world, everything else kind of snowballed. You know, I got I think what was first. I got a couple of placements working, because what I was doing, I was collaborating with producers and with songwriters who were already involved with working with these major artists.
Gotcha.
And I think my first placement was with a rapper named NBA Youngboy, Moneybagg Yo, and then Lil Baby was the first one that was like, okay, this is kind of big. You know, Lil Baby, that was like when he really came out.
Right.
And then let's see, after that was when we got the Travis Scott placement, Yosemite. And
that's a great song. I love that song. That's such a great song. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love that.
That definitely opened up a lot of doors with me. And that was interesting because the producer I was working with, June James, he actually met Travis, and he was at an event back in Houston, and he passed off some of the beats that we had done together to Travis. And sure enough, you know, ended up making the album. And, you know, I didn't know, I was just happy to be on the album at first, but, you know, the song ended up going 2 times platinum. It was number 18 on Billboard Hot 100. So that opened up a lot of doors. And once you have those kind of credits, people start coming to you directly. And, you know, that put me in a position to do a lot of other things. I got the record with Chris Brown and Justin Bieber. That was through a songwriter named Ink. Me and her were working together. And I actually recorded the guitar at my house, and she was able to get the song over to them, and you know, that made his album Indigo. So it's just one thing has led to another, one relationship led to another, and the more that happens, the more you know, people I have coming to me, and now I have, you know, certain people contacting me directly for records, and you know, people looking for this and that, and knowing my sound, and it's been a cool process.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So when you got that first call, were you being called for, because you said there's a musician's world and a producer's world, were you being called as a musician and then just ended up producing, or did they think, oh, Sheldon's a great guitarist, maybe he'll be a good producer too?
It was a little bit of both, actually, because the producer I mentioned earlier, June, he was looking for musicians to work with because he wanted live instruments on the songs.
Right.
And at first it was like you know, he would have a beat that he'd already made, and I would add guitar on top of it. And, you know, that was kind of me just playing. But then it turned into, you know, me starting these songs off from scratch on my guitar. And that's where it kind of, you know, pushed me more into the producer side of things. So I would play a riff, and, you know, he'd add drums to it. And then I started, you know, playing keys and stuff on the records, and, you know, bouncing ideas off each other. And now I kind of wear different hats when I work. There are times when I'm, you know, I'm playing guitar, I'm co-writing, I'm co-producing and collabing. And I think they all kind of just intertwine with each other. Yeah. And, you know, naturally one thing kind of led to another.
So how was it working with Chris Brown and Justin Bieber?
Oh, that's interesting too. Because see, most of my stuff we've actually sent in.
Okay.
So for the most part, we work remotely.
Wow.
Like with that song in particular, I was in Atlanta working with Ink, the songwriter, and we were actually finishing up a session. We had worked on some other music, and we got an idea for a song, and it was too late to record it because our session was over, whatever, they're running out of time. And so I was just like, okay, I'll just record the guitar at home. And I sent it to her, She finished writing to it. And then we were able to get the song to Chris Brown's engineer. And that's how Chris Brown ended up recording it. But all this was done remotely. I was never in the room with either one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And I remember going to being in LA, we were at Chris Brown's engineer's house, and he played us the record, and they were talking about getting a feature on there and everything. That was before Justin Bieber got on it. And so that whole process, and it's interesting. There's so much that you can do remotely, and it's a good thing because of COVID and whatnot too, because we're able to still send things and still be able to work with these artists without actually being in the room.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking to Sheldon Ferguson. He is a Columbia, South Carolina native, Grammy-nominated international recording artist, and we've been talking to him about his journey. So Sheldon, what's next for you? I know you've got a new project out.
I do.
That's what we opened with. We opened up with the first single from the new project, correct?
Right, that's right. So I released an album called Love Languages. This was just a couple of weeks ago. So it's brand new. This project, thank you. I wrote all the lyrics on the song on the project. I produced all the music, and I have a lot of features. Yeah, so this is a different process for me. It's been fun. I have 10 different singers that are featured on there. So they're basically singing what I wrote, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun to put together. I have 10 singers, 2 saxophonists. One of them is Walter Beasley.
Oh,
so I have a song with Walter. We got a lot of content with it too. We have the video that you played for Take You There. We have a video for You. We got a visual coming up for Still in Love. I have a live stream show coming up, actually. I'm not sure if you were familiar, but I always do a show on Black Friday in Columbia. But this year, I'm going to be doing a live stream show. So people will be able to tune in live, just like we are right now.
Right.
And they'll be able to watch from home safely.
That's cool. That's cool. And will you be doing it from Columbia, or will you be still doing it from Atlanta? Because you still live in Atlanta, right?
I do. It'll be from Atlanta.
Okay. Well, great. So so you've got this project coming up. You're going to do this Black Friday event. And I know you're home right now. You just came home to just kind of hang out for a minute, get out of Atlanta.
Yeah. My birthday is next week. So what I did, I decided I'd come home for a few days. So I'm here till Wednesday, be in Atlanta Thursday, and I'm headed to LA for 3 weeks for a little working vacation type thing.
Okay. What are you going to be working on in LA?
I'm going to be doing a lot of sessions. I can't say specifically who with, but I have a lot of things set up. We're going to be working with a lot of major artists and a lot of records. So I'll be working for the most part, and I'll probably take a day or so to kind of just, relax, see my friends and stuff out there for my birthday. But very much a working vacation. It's gonna be fun though.
That's great. Well, we are talking to Sheldon Ferguson, and I think we've got his contact. There it is, sheldonferguson.com. If you want more information, definitely check out his upcoming project. We want to end with another one of your videos, Sheldon. Which one would you like for us to play? You want to play Take You There? You want to play? I'm just telling you what I could see here. The one Tonight featuring Chris Vaughn, Yosemite.
Play Tonight.
Tonight.
With Chris Vaughn.
All right. Let me bring it up for you here, and tell us a little bit about this. When did you tell us a little bit about what we get ready to watch?
So this is one of the singles from my album. This song is featuring. I don't know if you're familiar, Chris. Chris is from South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, but he lives in he was living in Atlanta when I was working with him. He just moved to LA. Has an incredible voice. This song, I play acoustic guitar on it, and he of course sang. I wrote and produced the song. This was released on Valentine's Day, actually. So this is our Valentine's Day single.
Okay, all right. So we are going to check out this one from Sheldon Ferguson and Chris Vaughn. or I don't know, early or late Valentine's Day song for you.
Right.
I've been waiting, girl, for you to arrive. I light the candles, I'll pour the wine, I'll cook you dinner too, whatever you like, girl, I won't waste your time. You're all mine tonight, girl, I won't waste your time.
This is pretty.
Thank you.
And you wrote this, Sheldon?
I did.
Yeah, this is nice. This is so pretty. So this brother, you said, Chris Vaughn, he's from Columbia also?
He's from, I always forget if he's actually from, I know he's from South Carolina, but I want to say it might be like Lawrence or something. Don't quote me, but
okay.
he might be from Columbia. It might be a different sound, but
he's from South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah,
this is pretty.
Tonight, girl, I won't waste your time. It's your special night.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's really pretty. I'm trying to come out of it. Yeah. Yeah. So, I love the acoustic guitar. Do you prefer acoustic guitar or electric guitar? Do you have a preference?
I'd say it's hard because I've really been playing a lot of acoustic lately. I've been playing a whole lot of acoustic. I think they're just each their own different worlds, respectively. I like acoustic because it's so intimate.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but electric, there's, I can express so much on electric guitar.
Right, so, right.
I think of them as two sides of the same coin, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Sheldon Ferguson, check out his website, sheldonferguson.com. And don't forget to pick up the new CD and watch out and listen out for his Black Friday virtual event that is going to be coming up that I know you will look forward to. Hey, Sheldon, congratulations. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
Enjoy your kind of work vacation project that you've got coming up in LA that you're going to be working with people that you can't tell us who. Secret squirrel mission, but I'm sure we'll be hearing about it real soon.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to end with a little bit of Yosemite. I think we've got the Yosemite. Thank you, Michelle Kearse's beautiful song. That is beautiful, Michelle. And I think we've got a little bit of Yosemite. We're going to end with that. This is Sheldon Ferguson, Columbia, South Carolina native. And he's been joining us today. And we thank you so much for doing that for us while we... Okay, I'm gonna put that on until she gets the video up. While she is getting the video up, let me take her down. While we're getting the video up, I do want to ask you, Sheldon, advice that you may have for someone trying to break into the music industry.
I'd say the main thing is to hone your craft. Like, you have to put the time into just working on whatever it is that you do. If it's playing an instrument, producing, you have to practice it. But I think you have to find, especially, with everything going on today, you really have to find your niche. I think it takes a little bit of creativity these days. People are finding a lot of new ways to become successful in this industry. Right. And you have to be willing to, just try some things. So I'd say, as long as you're putting in the work, and you're persistent, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
hear you.
while I'm thinking about it too, if you play in Yosemite, you should play my version of Yosemite,
Okay. All right.
the instrumental one. Yeah.
The instrumental one. All right. We're going to bring that up and play it at the end of the show. We're going to thank Sheldon Ferguson one more time for joining us on Coping with COVID. Once again, good luck to you, darling, and God bless. Take good care. Tell your dad and your brother and sister I said hi.
I will. Thank you, Trey. Thanks for having me.
All right. Absolutely. Take good care.
Too.
All right. Sheldon Ferguson. Once again, go to sheldonferguson.com for more information about this amazing artist. I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you so much for joining us on Coping with COVID. Listen, if you have a story that could help someone cope with COVID, please email me at copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com, or you can go to my page on Facebook, Tailor Made Productions, and inbox me. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, please email copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. We would love to get you on Coping with COVID. Now, coming up tomorrow, In It Together and the Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday. We're going to talk about clinical trials and why African Americans are so important in participating and what we can do to help cure pretty much everything. Dr. Alexia Gaffney, infectious disease specialist in New York City, also Mary Wilson with the University of South Carolina are going to join us, and a pharmacist and 2 other physicians from the Medical University of South Carolina. Then on Thursday, we're going to talk with the folks from the Richland County Recreation Commission to update us about sports, teams, parks, and virtual learning spaces for kids. And then Faith Friday with Cy Young, my former program director at QOK in Raleigh, North Carolina in the 80s. He is now a minister, and he's going to join us on Faith Friday on Coping with COVID. As always, I leave you with a reading from Jesus Calling. Today is October 6th, and Jesus says, "Be willing to follow wherever I lead. Follow me wholeheartedly with glad anticipation, quickening your pace. Though you don't know what lies ahead, I know, and that is enough. Some of my richest blessings are just around the corner, out of sight, but nonetheless, they're very real. To receive these gifts, Jesus says, you must walk by faith, not by sight." Now, this doesn't mean closing your eyes to what is all around you. It means subordinating the visible world to the invisible shepherd of your soul. Sometimes Jesus says, I lead you up a high mountain where only my hand to support you. The higher you climb, the more spectacular the view. Also, the more keenly your sense of separation from the world with all of its problems. This frees you to experience exuberantly the joyous reality of my presence. Give yourself fully to these glorious moments. Awash in dazzling light, I will eventually lead you down the mountain back into the community with others. Let my light continue to shine within you as you walk among people again. That's your Jesus Calling for today, October the 6th. I'm Tre Tailor. Until the next time, I wish you peace, abundant blessings. Please be careful, stay safe, and please wear your mask. And don't forget to wear it over your nose and under your chin. See you tomorrow.
Coping with COVID is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Center. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their life. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Center at agapects.com. And Columbia Housing Authority. The agency is looking for stories from former residents of Allen Benedict Court to retain some of the property's rich history. In its 80-year life, Allen Benedict Court has been home to some of the country's elite, including a Grammy Award-winning performer, corporate executives, national television celebrities, a host of doctors, lawyers, and NBA greats. So share your pictures, mementos, and memories at chcares@chcares.org. at chasc.org. Coping with COVID, brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Columbia Housing Authority, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connection.
Coping